This video is sponsored by Loot Crate. Hey guys, welcome to my top 10 favorite moments of the original Star Wars Saga, episodes 1 through 6. This list is a completely subjective representation of my personal favorite moments, so I'm sure it will differ from yours and many others. But let me know your favorite scenes in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get right into this top 10. Emperor Palpatine seducing the Skywalkers comes at number 10. Palpatine is one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars saga. His best scenes were when he was conniving, scheming, and manipulating his subordinates. His opera scene with Anakin is one of the best of the prequels, and his probing of Luke is the best of the original.
You, like your father, are now mine.
At number 9, I have Luke Skywalker becoming a, well, badass motherfucker.
I have the real one at home that has bad motherfucker right here.
Luke is one of my favorite characters from the original trilogy, and the reason for that is because we got to see him grow from a whiny farm boy to a full-fledged Jedi Knight.
You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
But nothing showed off Luke's confidence, growth, and power more than his scenes at Jabba's palace. The first time we see him, he comes in like a dark phantom, force-choking Gamorrean guards, taking on the infamous Boba Fett, and standing up to Jabba the Hutt with a Jedi's calm but stern conviction.
It's your choice, but I warn you not to underestimate my power.
Coming in at number 8, I have the infamous execution of Order 66. Whether you like the prequels or not, most cannot deny how sad it is to see the Jedi go the way they do, executed by their own trusted comrades. But nothing is more heartbreaking than the mere illusion of what happens to a dozen younglings in the Jedi Council chambers.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
At number 7, I have the death of Shmi Skywalker. Again, you might not like the prequels, you may have even despised Hayden Christensen, and I might start sounding a bit like a prequel apologist, but every time I see this scene, my eyes well up. Pernilla August and her portrayal of Shmi Skywalker, in my opinion, is underrated. Her performance is nuanced, but her love for her son is ever present, making her eventual death, her last look on her only son, her miracle child, all the more painful. Plus, we see yet another stepping stone to Anakin's descent to the dark side.
My son. Oh, my grown-up son. I'm so proud of you, honey.
At number 6, we have a much different tone. What I tend to forget about the original Star Wars movies, in particular, A New Hope, is how funny it is. One of my favorite scenes is Han Solo improvising a diversion as an Imperial Stormtrooper. Harrison Ford gives a great performance, which I'm very sure was mostly ad-libbed, awkwardly trying to convince the Imperial officer that everything was alright in the destroyed cell block, only to end the conversation with this.
Boring conversation anyway. Luke, we're gonna have company!
At number 5, we have another death. This time it's Darth Vader himself. The original Star Wars saga was about the rise and fall of Anakin Skywalker. Return of the Jedi showed us that he could be returned to the light by his only son. But the big reveal of this scene was the man behind the mask. It's almost like seeing the man behind the Wizard of Oz, or for me, the Wiz, as that's what I grew up with. Not some great beast, not some monster, nor a demon, simply a broken man. But the most tragic part of the scene was how little time Luke had with his real father. Only a few moments for Anakin Skywalker to say his final farewell.
Tell your sister you were right.
Number 4 was always special to me, even as a kid. It's not a big moment, not a huge explosion, nor a huge plot twist. It's the simple act of Qui-Gon Jinn simply sitting down and meditating. The perfect dichotomy against the youthful vigor of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul. I've always enjoyed Jedi just being Jedi, something I feel we don't get enough examples of in the lore. Jedi are balanced, they are serene, and they are patient. And this singular moment personifies what it means to be a Jedi. At number 3, we have the most romantic scene of them all. Yeah, you guessed it, Leia's confession of her love, and Han Solo's infamous reply. Empire Strikes Back had the perfect build-up to this moment. The sexual tension between the two could be cut with a butter knife, up until this point. And with her lover facing presumable death, Leia finally let the truth be known, and Han Solo's response? Nothing short of badass and smooth. I bet Lando was taking a few notes on that one.
I love you.
I know.
Without fail, number 2 always gets me teary-eyed and could easily be my favorite single scene in all of Star Wars. After a hard-fought lightsaber duel, Obi-Wan and Anakin pour out their emotions unabated. Anakin and his hate, Obi-Wan and his love. The scene itself, as it's written, is heart-wrenching enough, but it's the performance from Ewan McGregor, and yes, Hayden Christensen, which really elevate the emotion. It's as bad of a breakup as breakups get. The death of a friendship. The death of a brotherhood. Even after Anakin comes back as a Force ghost, I'm sure there were still some tough feelings between him and Obi-Wan. And yes, this is the real version of Anakin that Luke would have seen.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
Before we get to the number 1 choice, I would like to make some honorable mentions that did not make it to my list.
Put that thing away, you're gonna get us all killed!
Absolutely, Your Worship. Look, I had everything under control till you let us down here.
Son, come with me.
Man, why didn't you tell me?
And finally, at number 1, I have pretty much every scene with Yoda in Empire Strikes Back. Luke's training with Yoda, for me, is Star Wars. The lesson of the Jedi, the explanation of the Force, Luke's success and his failures. There is no other sequence in the Star Wars saga that feels more right to me. I'm a huge fan of training sequences, watching as a character fails and learns. Yoda's teachings are wise, and his instruction is humbling. The exact dose of medicine Luke needed during this time in his life. It's the reason I like Luke's story so much, and in particular, it's the reason these scenes are my all-time favorite.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
And that's my list. What are your favorite scenes from the original Star Wars saga? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, peace, love, and may the Force be with you. Always.
What I've seen in a lot of debates is that people, including myself, either lowball Mace or lowball Sidious to achieve their point.
Throw a grenade at him. Alright, now critical strike. Oh, I killed him! Oh no, I didn't mean to throw 2! Oh, that's such a waste. Such a waste.